Hello, amazing viewers. Good day to you all. Welcome to my channel. Hey, there's no method that these politicians we know used to steal. There's no method at all. So we have a civic accountability group, Munit NG, dragging the Senate president as we speak. Now they are alleging that the Senate president is promoting duplicating projects, that amount to misplaced priority and the diversion of public fund. Now, this is getting interesting. I know so far that, in Nigeria currently, the Senate President, Akpabio, remains the worst Senate President ever. And, I won't be surprised about these whole allegations and whatsoever. Now, they are alleging that this whole thing is to a tune of amount of about 4 billion, as easy 4 million naira. Now I'm going to read out the news to you shortly, and Nigerians have actually been reacting to this, but before I get to do that, let me first of all show us this video where this elderly man has really come for Kenneth Okonkwo over his recent statement on channels television, talking about the Peter Obi one term, talking about the whole ADC coalition thing or more. A lot of people know they smile again for this nation. I'm going to show you the video and then we'll be back.
Including that the African Democratic Congress is unrepentant. Unrepentant is my own expression of what is said, but a true reflection of what is said, that the ADC still keeps its presidential ticket open to anybody favored by the majority of the members of the convention of the ADC, African Democratic Congress. So, meaning that Atiku Abubakar, for whom the likes of Kenneth Okonkwo, Dele Momodu, and the rest of them are suspected to be working for, is still bent on contesting for the 2027 presidential election, spelling the doom that will befall the ADC. Because lawyer Okonkwo said in that video that he cannot speak for Peter Obi because he does not know the opinions of Peter Obi on national issues. Unfortunately, the national issues were not mentioned. And so one would want to put this as a challenge to our news gatherers, the media houses and institutions, to raise critical national issues and hear out the opinions of the presidential aspirants, not only of the ADC. But I agree with Kenneth Okonkwo that about the only opposition political party that is surviving now may be the ADC. The PDP is in total chaos and disarray. That cannot be denied by anybody. As for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, nobody needs to interview him on his opinions or positions on national issues. We have seen what he represents: total corruption, epitomized in the declaration that the non-existent fuel subsidy is gone, all other subsidies are gone, and they claim to be transferring funds to indigent households rather than funding education and making Nigerians to enjoy electricity. So his own position, then of course, he has continued the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, perpetuating herdsmen terrorism. And because of his economic policies, leading to worsening mass abject poverty, armed banditry has continued alongside terrorist activities. So, Tinubu has nothing to offer. He's not ready to address any of the problems that he inherited. War against Boko Haram Muslim community, herdsmen terrorism, corruption. He's perpetuating the three of them. In case of corruption, certainly worse than ever before. Kenneth Okonkwo is already biased. Saying that the presidential ticket of the ADC is open to North and South. And nobody is fooled that it's like are working for Atiku Abubakar. There is no doubt to that effect, because we don't know any other Northerner that is as desperate as Atiku Abubakar, who has been desperate to be Nigeria's president since 2007 and still active and bent on becoming Nigeria's president, no matter whose source is God, in 2027. Atiku is heading ADC to where he headed the PDP in 2023.
I said what I said in the last video, that Kenneth Okonkwo is free to do what he wants to do. But where I feel he's wrong is trying to paint Peter Obi bad. That's where he's wrong. The Kenneth Okonkwo himself understands the person of Peter Obi, understands that Peter Obi is not weak, understands that Peter Obi is not corrupt. So, whatever it is he's doing to, dent the image of Peter Obi, or make people to hate Peter Obi, because that's what I perceive, that's where I feel he's wrong. But for supporting Atiku, I think he's free to support Atiku. Now, as for trying to paint Atiku like how do I put it? To paint Atiku a saint, more of a saint than Peter Obi, that's the one I think he should understand that he has failed woefully, because Nigerians already saw the handwriting on the wall. Nigerians know Atiku Abubakar, so it is not Kenneth Okonkwo that can come out and tell us about who Atiku Abubakar is and all that. The same Atiku Abubakar that he has even, suggested or make reference to that such a person should be in jail as being alleged. So he should understand that Nigerians, you cannot come and tell them about Atiku Abubakar. Atiku Abubakar, who else will know Atiku Abubakar than Obasanjo that Atiku Abubakar worked with as as the boss, and the boss himself described the person of Atiku Abubakar. So what is he trying to do? See, look, you will know that he has become very biased. You will know that Kenneth Okonkwo has become something else, whether he's being paid or not. Oh, that's his cup of tea. Where I'm after, if you shift camp, no problem. But to try to work so hard to dent the image of Peter Obi, or to make people to start hating Peter Obi over statement that is not true, that's where we have a problem. That's where I have a problem with him. And that's why I think at this point, he's beginning to display a good amount of idiocy to me. That's what I feel. That's his problem. Every day we keep seeing people who we once rated to be something, becoming another thing. We're either for money or for God knows what, but whatever reason at the end of the day is just being selfish interest. And it's quite shameful that we are seeing this kind of thing happen. And Kenneth Okonkwo has decided to toe that line to the point that he's now indirectly suggesting vote buying and giving money. using money to get yourself the party tickets indirectly. That's what I'm seeing. It's a shame that it's like this. Thank you so much. Please do leave your opinion in the comment section. Now, let me read out what the CIVIC Accountability Group wrote out, calling out Godswill Akpabio. Take social media reactions before we come back to wrap this up. A civic accountability organization, Monit NG, has accused Nigeria Senate President Godswill Akpabio of promoting projects that amount to misplaced priorities, duplication, and potential diversion of public funds. In a statement released by the group on Saturday, it alleged that the 2025 zonal intervention project, facilitated by Senate President Godswill Akpabio, exposed serious cases of misplaced priorities, duplication, and potential diversion of public funds. Monit NG noted that a total of 4 billion naira was allocated under the Ministry of Agriculture, routed through the Federal Cooperative College Ibadan, an agency with no capacity to execute such projects. The organization cited several projects, including Project ZIP 202-50388, construction of rural market farming in Abiakana, Abak, Oko, Atan, and Mbiabet, Esiri farming communities, Lot A to C, 1 billion naira. According to the group, altogether 4 billion naira has been earmarked for markets and police stations in farming communities, raising questions about the rationale behind the allocations. Monit NG queried, but what exactly is the business of the Ministry of Agriculture with building police stations, and why should 2 billion naira be spent on rural markets when public primary health centers and schools across Akwa Ibom are in dilapidated conditions? The organization described the allocations as a complete misplacement of priority, stressing that it suggests that the Ministry of Agriculture has become a conduit for diverting public funds with projects that neither align with its mandate nor address pressing citizen needs. It further argued that for years, huge allocation has gone to agriculture, yet farmers lack genuine support and rural communities remain underserved. Now billions are being pushed into police stations under agricultural agencies. Monit NG called on Akwa Ibom residents to monitor the project closely. We call on the residents of Akwa Ibom State to keep a close eye on these projects, track their implementation, and ensure value for money. Citizens' vigilance is critical to stop waste and prevent another circle of abandoned or substandard projects. The group also urged anti-graft agencies to step in, saying we also call on the ICPC and ERCC to urgently investigate the Ministry of Agriculture and the Federal Cooperative College Ibadan over these projects. Public funds must serve the people, not political interests ahead of 2027. Concluding its statement, Monit NG maintained that Nigeria deserves projects that truly improve lives, not overpriced contracts designed as pipelines for corruption. Now, this is just, what the civic group is saying, and Nigerians, have been reacting to this. Do you think that the Senate president is totally, free of this accusation? Now, let me take you social media reactions. Mahdi Shehu saying nothing comes as a surprise as long as it involves concerns and has to do with Akpabio. But mark my words, a day will soon come when he will be a subject matter of pity, deserving no pity. Henry saying one of the forces that have hijacked the commonwealth and resources of this nation, a whopping 4 billion naira as part of his loot. They are just heartless. That's why they don't hesitate to approve all this barrage of loans from Mr. President, just bursts of same feathers. Atama saying Akpabio knows all the paths to pardon. Akpabio is not the only person doing this. A lot of politicians in Nigeria, this is what they do. A lot of politicians in Nigeria, that's just what they do. Find a way to loot public fund. Then hear some wicked artists that they are shouting he's doing well in the Federal Capital Territory. Oh yes, maybe he's doing well. Do they also know that in all this money for projects that they assign and the rest, that he also could have looted. There is possibility that he could have looted from that fund. High, in fact, 98% chance that he could have looted from the fund. The money that they budgeted for all these things, is it not enough to even pay the contractors? How come we are seeing contractors still protesting unpaid money? So Akpabio is not the only person. I'm not exonerating Akpabio, because if I have my way, these people, they should be resting in jail. We are not even supposed to be hearing their voice. Any day we hear them, on the media once in a while, it should be based on the corruption they did in Nigeria that made them lose everything they had, and then that kind of thing. Not because they have performed fantastically well. I am not surprised. Whenever the government feel they want to loot, it is through projects. You can imagine the new loan that they want to go and collect, calling it infrastructure and the rest. Meanwhile, they have collected money for the same thing before. The Buhari's administration even collected money from some of these things before. So you can see that the stealing goes on and on. I wish this civic society group, will really be dragging these individuals. The problem is that not that they don't drag some of them. The biggest problem is the fact that the judiciary leave these individuals to go scot-free at the end of the day. Even the group won the last time, calling on Akpabio, that the court ordered Akpabio to give account of a certain amount of money. How far with it? Akpabio, has he answered to anyone? According to, as far as he's concerned, he's not answerable to any group. Now then get Nigeria, so there's no way he can say anything. And it's quite shameful that up to now, this thing is happening. Thank you so much for watching. Please do leave your opinion in the comment section. Kindly subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Click on the bell icon the moment you subscribe. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you so much for all the support. God bless you richly. Keep watching, keep subscribing, keep commenting. See you guys in my other videos. Do enjoy the rest of your Sunday.